Hello and welcome to this Warley Wednesday live during lockdown. Hopefully we can begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Lovely day, maybe highlights a possibility of a change in what we're able to do in the future. Get out to some preserved railways, meet our mates, even if in the garden, maybe operate some garden railways. Today we're delighted to have a great friend of Warley Model Railway Club and the Warley National Model Railway Exhibition live, and that is Pete Waterman. Known for his history in the pop industry, having co-written and many hit records, Pete has been a great friend of the club for many years and has been a regular attendee at the Warley National Model Railway Exhibition. I've known Pete since the 70s, and we often reminisce together on what has happened over those years in the hobby and its development. And it's been a tremendous move forward in many ways. So Andy this afternoon, who is normally the host, is going to talk to Pete about a particular project that Pete's got involved with, a rather large double O layout that will be seen at Chester Cathedral during the summer of this year. So, Andy, do you want to come on in and join Pete, and you can start your chat.
Hello, Paul. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, Andy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I think Pete's waiting as well.
Okay.
Hello, Pete. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Excellent.
Hello?
Yeah, we've got you.
We got you, Pete.
Andy, have you got me?
I can hear you, yeah. You're a bit breaking up occasionally, but we have got you.
Okay. How are you?
There you go, that's better. So, do you want to shoot
I
off,
am
Paul,
in the middle
or?
of nowhere.
Yeah, I'll say goodbye now.
I guess it's because it's so bright outside. We've got sunspots.
And me.
I'll leave you, Pete. I'll leave you and Andy to chat. Okay. Don't want me on the screen as well.
I've lost you, Andy.
Just Paul saying he's going to shoot off now.
See you
okay.
soon,
Cheers, Pete. Cheers.
There you go. I got you now, Pete. So what have you been up to lately? What's the latest project?
Right, mate. Well, 2 years ago, I accepted an invitation to build a mill layout at Chester Cathedral, and we started it, and then of course got caught by lockdown. But it may be for the right reasons, but it made us think the project, to be honest with you. And what we've come up with is very different for 4 mil. It's a different way of railway modelling. My belief is that Hornby stuff, locos and coaches and wagons, is now so good. I didn't want to waste any time on the rolling stock. I wanted to put all our effort into the scenery and the actual layout itself. And I wanted to go the opposite way from everybody else. Didn't want warehouses, didn't want cotton mills, didn't want foundries, didn't want castles, and I didn't want coal mines. I wanted the railway as we see it today, really between Rugby and Watford Junction. That's what I wanted it to model. And I think that we as modelers forget that at least 85 to 90% of our railways are in rural Britain, not in towns. So therefore, you see more countryside than you actually do towns and houses. In fact, we've made a feature that on this layout, there's only 2 houses. 2 houses, a barn, 2 greenhouses, and 2 sheds. That's it.
So is that the sort of area you grew up in, Pete? Between Rugby and Cov? Were you spotting sort of thing?
Well, Andy, I started work in London in 1968, and I commuted every day from Coventry till 76, and then I moved in 1980 to Cheshire, and I've commuted from Runcorn ever since. So I do that West Coast route from Runcorn to Euston up to 4 times a week. So I know that track inside out, upside down, backwards and sideways. In fact, I know it better than the train drivers do.
So you don't need a timetable, just need you, really, don't we?
And it's yes. Oh, blimey! Don't get me on that one. I know every blinking train. People get bored with the trains to catch, but it's fascinating. The infrastructure, which obviously originally, when you got from Euston to Rugby, is the old Birmingham to London route, and it's character and interest, and that's what I wanted to do. So we've got North Church Tunnel, which is Berkhamsted, Watford Tunnel, obviously that's Watford, Spring Cutting, and we've got, for all them up here, we've got in Staffordshire, we've got Shugborough Tunnel, and we've got, just because Chester Cathedral is putting on this exhibition because of a man called Thomas Bressey, who was the biggest railway engineer of all time, who has a chapel in Chester Cathedral and is actually from Chester. And he built the London to Birmingham Railway.
Amazing. So when were
we've
the
got a viaduct that's really in North Wales. It's on display from July till September.
Okay. So it's something to look forward to for the summer, really, when we can get back out again.
Yeah, and you can follow us on Rail Nuts. We post twice a week with pictures on Rail. The problem we have, Andy, is this layout is so huge, and I mean, the photos do not do justice to how big it actually is. Get it all in one photo.
How big is it in an idea of size?
The idea is it's 64 feet long by 20 feet wide. So effectively, you're looking at 128 feet straights and 40 feet with curves. So a round circle, and you've got 4 on the and 8 on the back, is somewhere in the region of, I don't know, 1,000 yards.
So that's big for a double O layout. So what's the plan for it?
It is.
What's the plan?
But you know what? We wanted it. What?
Sorry.
After? Is that what you're saying? After the exhibition?
Yeah.
Well, we're hoping that Jeremy is going to take it down to the museum at Hornby, because we just feel with the excellent products that they've got now, it'd be nice to show them off.
Sounds good. And that'll have the space to put it up as well properly, which is what you need, really.
Like I say, because this is such a poor link. I really apologise for this, but if anybody sort of wants to go on the Rail Nuts, send us a message, and share it with people. We'll keep them updated every week. And when the club is back opening, we are only talking about probably 8 weeks, 10 weeks. We look forward to seeing the Warley boys back up here so they can see both projects, because since your lack of coming up here, it's a different layout, Leamington now, completely different.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, really, Pete. Be nice to see, to see it in the flesh rather than just on the video. So,
all right, mate.
So what sort of the double O layout? What sort of era are you going to?
When we're out of lockdown. What era?
Yeah, is it going to be modern or is it going to be? Yeah.
Is that what you said, Andy? What era?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, it's now. It's 2022. It's not old. This is right up to date. It's got latest catenary. It's got all the new catenary. We've got all the catenary is handmade. It's all tensioned. It's not done like anybody's ever done it before. We're doing this absolutely prototypical to show that you can make a modern layout as interesting as an old steam layout. And I have to say, working on the catenary has been a real joy. And for me, it looks more like a model railway now than I've ever made before.
So do you think it's helped doing the 7mm to going back to 00?
Oh yeah, without a question. Yes, without a question. Because the first thing you realise is you can't build scale in 4mm. So you approach it in a different manner. As I say, because the locos are already built and they're so good, I haven't got to worry about that. So all I've got to worry about is building the railway itself. So I'm not there like before where I've got to build, 70 locos and rolling stock before I can run. It's a different ball game. I've concentrated on the layout itself.
So are we going to see loads of Pendolinos and stock, that sort of stock in the current Pendolino Aviva livery, or is it going to be?
Yeah, we're hoping we've been promised some of the new Hornby stuff to show before it's available. Simon said he'll let us have some advanced stuff that people can come and see on the layout. I can't say what it is because I don't want to spoil it for Simon. But yeah, it'll this will look like, for young people, this will look like they've just got off the train and come into Cathedral and they could have been on a trip to London. That's what I wanted to achieve.
That sounds brilliant. Well, we've got a similar project we're doing for Simon as well at the club, but we're going to do the Southwest main line.
Right.
So I think we're hoping to have our build near to yours at the visitor centre when it opens. So that's going to be exciting. But again, we're going to use modern Dubai HST, which again, out the box are lovely.
Yeah, brilliant.
So how long have you
I'm going to leave you because I'm going to go and carry on modelling.
Okay.
Go on.
I was going to say, how long have you been building this, Pete?
Is that all right, Andy?
Yeah.
November. This has all happened since November. I mean, this is 140. People that take 13 years, come and look at this. We've taken 13 weeks. And, when it goes up in the cathedral, start to finish, this layout would have been built in less than 6 months.
Okay.
All them people that say they can't build a layout in 6 months, come and have a look at this.
So have you used off-the-shelf Pico track, or is it...
Sorry?
Is it off-the-shelf Pico track?
Yeah, everything's off the shelf. We haven't, all the back is Hornby, all the stock is Hornby, all the front is Pico. No, we've not made anything, mate. It's all the whole point of this layout is you can buy it in the shop. You can buy it in the shop. The only thing you can't buy in the shop is your imagination and a few bits, your eye for making it work.
Yeah. I've got a quick question for you, Pete. Pete wants to know, when did you start building model railways?
1954.
There you go. That's great. And can you just remind everyone of the dates of the exhibition at Cathedral so we can people can put it in the diary?
Yeah, July the 12th till the middle of September.
Okay. And will you be back at the Warley show in November, hopefully?
Oh, without a question. Does the donkey eat strawberries?
I know you've only missed 1 year, so that's the answer I expected.
Yeah.
And
yeah, won't be there. Okay, mate. Listen, I'm going to have to fly.
Okay, mate. Thanks for joining me, Pete, and look forward to seeing you later in the year in person.
Pleasure.
Thanks again, Pete. See you soon. Take care. Bye. There you go. That was a quick chat with Pete. So thanks for Pete for joining us. It was a bit shorter than normal today. So I hope you enjoyed that. He wants to get back and get on with his modelling. But really good to talk to Peter. So as you said, we'd hope to have Peter back in the at the show in November. So if you're around and you want to meet him, come and say hello. He'll be on he's got his own stand. He shares with Roger Manton, who does some weathering and some modelling during the weekend. So definitely come along and say hello to him. So it's always good to have Pete at the show, and hopefully we'll get a chance to go and visit both Pete's layouts in later in the year. And if I can, I'll ask if I can take a camera and do some filming and do another chat with Pete when we go and visit him. So it is quite a short one today. It's only been sort of 15-20 minutes. So there you go. Hope you don't mind. It's a bit of a short one. But like I said, thanks again for Peter for joining us. And we'll be back next week. Hopefully we can have DCC Concepts and Richard from DCC Concepts with us next week. So I'm waiting for the confirmation. Richard, I'm speaking to Richard to see if he can fit me in. Obviously with his other work and schedules, what's going on. But we should know next day or so, and I'll post something about that. But thanks again for joining me today. So like I said, so it's quite a short one. So we'll see you again next week.